My name's Duddy, set up builds and stuff. Today's video is going to be a build, but it's mainly going to be focused around the new Relentless pulse rifle from the Right of the Nine. The Relentless, this roll that I farmed is absolutely amazing. It is the roll I wanted, and I've got a build to show you where this weapon is going to put out some really big damage, and it synergizes perfectly with Strand. I'm talking about the Slice combination paired up with Paracausal affinity. This combo is absolutely insane, especially when you pair it up with the Wailing Maelstrom on Strand. You can do some incredibly naughty things with this pulse rifle. Just look at the state of this. 3 kills with your Wailing Maelstrom, infinite procs, and you're going to have that Paracausal affinity, 20% damage increase, plus Foetracer on top of that, going all of the time. A 50% damage increase on the fly. Stay with me. So, Relentless, we're getting this currently from the Right of the Nine event. Right now, you can get this from doing the Prophecy Dungeon. The Slice perk on there, casting your class ability allows this weapon to sever targets on hit for an improved duration up to a maximum number of targets. Slice gives you a 40% outgoing damage reduction from the target you hit with, up to 50% with the correct seasonal artifact perks. And then we've also got Paracausal affinity, final blows with energy type matching this weapon's alignment. Now, Strand is dark, Stasis is dark, so if you get a Strand or a Stasis kill, you're going to proc Paracausal affinity, which is a 20% damage increase. Any Strand or any Stasis final blow, including weapons and abilities, will give you a 20% damage increase. It's also got 2 pretty nice origin traits. Crossing over, this weapon has increased range and handling the top half of the magazine, and when the rounds from the bottom of the half of the magazine, they deal increased damage up to 3%, 1.5 up to 3%. Not bad for an origin trait, extra 3% damage, and it's also got the origin trait on there, Gravity Well, reloading this weapon automatically gathers nearby ammo up to 10 meters. But for the first part of the video, I just want to show you the Paracausal affinity working. So literally any Strand or Stasis kill, even your weapon, is going to proc that Paracausal affinity. Now basically this is a free 20% damage increase for this weapon because you're going to be able to stack Paracausal affinity infinitely. It's such an underrated perk. Free 20% damage increase with all the ability spam and insane Strand weapons we've got at the moment and Stasis weapons. But basically, free 20% damage increase. It's always up on that bottom left. Pair that up with your Wailing Maelstrom. Whenever you destroy a tangle, it weaves a violent, writhing mass of Strand fibers, and this just whizzes around the room and picks up kills. There's loads of damage. This procs your Paracausal affinity all of the time, basically, and you can proc infinite amount of this with this build as well. So you've literally, like I said, got Paracausal affinity going all of the time from your weapon kills, from your Wailing Maelstrom, from your threaded spike melee and other things as well. Now, that's the Paracausal affinity sort of ticked off. The Slice combo is absolutely exceptional because every time you use a class ability, you're going to be able to sever targets with this. It's 40% up to 50% damage reduction with the Disruptor Spike seasonal artifact perk, but 40%, all you have to do is just dodge, and because you're applying Sever or Slice, it will also create a tangle at that target's location, so that is perfect for your Wailing Maelstrom. So, massive damage reduction. I've just got a quick clip to show you it working in the Lost Sector, how you can face tank a boss. Just to get the damage reduction, you'll see in a moment. I'm going to activate my dodge, proc my Slice, hit him, he's all sliced up. I've got my Wailing Maelstrom as well. I've also got a bit of Woven Mail on top of that, but you can't really face tank things without Woven Mail and Slice. It feels really good. Now, Paracausal affinity 20%. If you add in Foetracer, this will give you a 25% damage increase whenever you hit a powerful combatant of a Guardian with an ability that matches your weapon. So, your Wailing Maelstrom, your Threaded Spike, your Grapple Grenade, all proc Foetracer. And it's also proccing your Paracausal affinity, so you're getting a 20% damage increase from your Paracausal affinity and 15 seconds of Strand times 4, which is 25%. So you're basically getting 50% damage increase with your crossing over pretty much infinitely, which is just absolutely insane. And you've got, again, that Wailing Maelstrom, You've got your slice going, and this is just infinitely procking all of these things that you've seen. It's just absolutely disgusting. And I know it's only a pulse rifle, but it absolutely puts out some big damage in GMs. And just for this season at the moment, we've also got things like unraveling orbs. You're going to get strand weapon increase from strand affected targets, and then you're going to get unraveling rounds, which also procs your paracausal affinity. You've also got vile weave, where your tangles sever targets. Your whirling maelstrom will sever your targets as well. All fits nicely. Your disruptor spike as well, which gives you an extra 10% on your sever, so you get a 50%, which is really, really strong. Massive damage reduction just by using your class ability. Really, really good. Really like good little perk combo. Then you've got hard shell, damage and unraveling targets with a weapon. Occasionally spawns a Fredling. Your Fredlings also sever targets. And then the very last one that works really, really nice for damage and survivability is to shreds. Dealing sustained damage to severed targets unravels them. Defeating a severed target creates woven mail hotspots. And then you've also got unraveling projectiles, deal increased damage to severed targets. It all just works nicely together. You can create your tangles with your slice or with your grapple grenade. Any strand ability will pretty much create one of these whirling maelstroms. You've got your strand weapon boost ×4. You'll see there as well when I switch back to my strand weapon, my paracausal affinity. It's not even hard to do. It's so easy to do. And you'll see in that clip there, that's the to shreds popping off as well, just to finish him off. That extra bit of projectile damage from the unraveling. And it just feels really, really good. I've got some clips to show you in the sunless cell, but I just want to show you how much sort of unraveling rounds I've got going on as well, and that woven mail going as well from all the seasonal artifact perks. Just feels really, really good. And like I said at the beginning of the video, I'll probably say this a couple of times, but your paracausal affinity is literally a free damage increase for this weapon. Do not sleep on this rule. It is absolutely insane. Like I said, you'll see it there, bottom left. Paracausal affinity is pretty much up 95% of the time through all these clips. Now, don't forget your Foetracer. Obviously, without having to say it, doesn't necessarily have to be for your pulse rifle. You could run a strand rocket launcher or proc that as well. Obviously, your Foetracer, if you've got a strand rocket launcher or a strand linear, you're going to get that 25% on top of that as well. So you could always switch around. But obviously I was focusing on the pulse rifle, and you'll see in the lost sector it's clearing out these ads pretty nice. I've got some GM clips to show you in a moment of the sunless cell of it working very nice in there as well. Create a tangle, just pick that up, throw it, you're going to get your whirling maelstrom. You've got your Foetracer proc, again that paracausal affinity, and you can easily deal with these mages minors in this lost sector. Couple of bursts and they're out of there. Now pulse rifles at the moment just feel pretty nice, but again I just want you to remember this is only a primary ammo weapon, and it feels really, really nice. It feels actually better than most hand cannons in the game now, in my opinion, this little setup. And you'll see it here shredding that witch at the back there. Obviously, in a normal situation, I'm trying to show you my Relentless pulse rifle off working nicely. In a sort of normal situation, you'd maybe use like a rocket launcher to clear these out, but I just wanted to show you how strong this pulse rifle feels in the GM. And you'll see there that, you know, them knights are usually pretty tanky. All these shielded enemies, don't forget as well. So they are taking like an extra burst because of the shield, but you'll see there, look at the state of that. Really, really strong for a pulse rifle. And like I said, that paracausal affinity, once again, is just an infinite proc, infinite. Your whirling maelstrom does loads of damage. You've got your unraveling rounds going on. You've got your extra damage from your vile weave and your to shreds. It's just absolutely gross. Suspension if you want. You can use any grenade you want. I quite like the suspension grenade on the Hunter. Feels pretty nice. The other thing to mention as well, I am running Threaded Spectre where you dodge and leave a decoy. That will also proc your Foetracer as well. So just another one to bear in mind. So you've infinite proc with your Foetracer from your whirling maelstrom and your Threaded Spectre. And just look, it just feels really, really nice. You've obviously got a lot of stuff on the seasonal artifact perk kicking in as well. You've got your woven mail going on as well. So you've got plenty of survivability in that slice as well. You're going to see in a clip in a moment how I use my Threaded Spectre and Slice at the same time just to create a bit of a decoy. This Unstoppable was acting a little bit strange. I missed a couple of shots there because I was blinded by all them blights. But I had my strand weapon boost procs. It just didn't unstop from this Unstoppable rocket launcher. I think I maybe did it a bit too early. but I managed to deal with him. Get that Whirling Maelstrom created from the finisher. He's already got strand debuffs on him. Pick it up, lob it. Your Paracausal affinity is procced again. Your Foetracer is procced, and whatever your Whirling Maelstrom doesn't kill, you got your pulse rifle to mop up. Now, the other thing I want to say to you as well with the Whirling Maelstrom, Slice will literally infinitely proc it. So if you've just got like an example like this, I proc my Slice, that's going to apply a strand debuff, shoot that Whirling Maelstrom, and it'll just clear out these Grims in this GM. There's other ways you can use it as well, but I just found it extremely helpful for this type of thing. It's really, really good. So activate your Slice, get a Whirling Maelstrom created, get your Paracausal, your Foetracer is probably going to be procced as well. It just all fits nicely. What I'm going to do in the next part is I'm just going to leave all my aspects and fragments playing out, and I'll also leave a dim link in the video description. I hope you found this helpful. Get on Relentless with this role. It's extremely good. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.